Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is OldSkuleNerd. There's not going to be a lot of silliness from me right now because this one's very serious. A band called Hostage, who's from Germany, reached out to me about a month ago and said, hey, we have a new video called Cancer, and we're actually raising money for cancer research, care, and charities in Germany with the help of the Rotaran Metalhead Fellowship. And they asked me if I could do a reaction. I said, absolutely. I'd be honored to. Well, that blew me away. Until last week, they said, oh, by the way, we have a follow-up. And I was like, oh my. I'm going to tell you more about what you're looking at right here, right after this. Okay, everybody. Hostage's new song is called Vanitas. Now, for those who don't know what a Vanitas is, that's a Vanitas. It originated in Holland. It's a Dutch art form, usually a painting, where an artist recreates the life story of someone, kind of like a medieval This Is Your Life. Similar to the idea of memento mori, which we're all very well affiliated with now, and we're very familiar with it, is that you cannot escape death. You cannot escape the conclusion of your life. Your fate will eventually come to pass, and your time will end. However, the artwork called Vanitas is essentially a painting done by an artist where a family member post-mortem goes up and says, we'd like a Vanitas made. And the artist will interview the family and friends of the person who has passed and then paint a picture incorporating different aspects of their life. Usually in every Vanitas I have seen, there's usually a symbolic symbol of the person, usually a sketching or a drawing of that person in a picture form. Not an actual vision of them normally, but just an image of them scattered amongst the objects. Usually the objects are books, musical instruments, artwork, significant titles. If they're royal, if they're of a proud family, their family crest will be displayed. But those different objects just tell you a little bit about the person and what they were, the story of their life. However, in almost every Vanitas made, there are usually at least one of the following three items. And this Vanitas is a good example of all three. Usually there's a skull representing that person is gone. They have passed on. The second object is usually sometimes an hourglass where the sand has run out. Another symbolism that the person is post-mortem. And the third is sometimes a candle that has been blown out and you see the wisps of smoke coming off the freshly blown out candle, symbolizing the spirit moving on into the afterlife. That's a Vanitas. So when Hostage said, hey, you reacted to cancer. We're raising money. The benefits go to the Rotaran Metalhead Fellowship, and they're raising money for cancer research and care and charities. In Germany, I was like, that's awesome. Absolutely. And then when they said, hey, our follow-up is called Vanitas, I'm like, whoa. A lot of people will hear the word Vanitas and go, that's a cool name for a song. But for me, I've seen some Vanitases, Vanitai. I don't know what the plural of Vanitas is, probably just Vanitas, in the New Orleans Fine Art Museum and the Houston Museum of Art. And in both representations, these were Vanitas created a few hundred years ago, and it was similar to what you see on the screen. So I haven't heard the song yet, but does that mean that Hostage's song is going to relate to after cancer? Is this post-death? I have no idea. But let's check it out together. Check us out on OldSkuleNerd.com. It's got all the social media posts, the Patreon link for those who want to support the channel. We appreciate every single one of you, and the merchandise store. But more importantly, please check out the description below. I'm going to link the links to support the charities if you want to donate money. Also, the link to Hostage's previous video, which was cancer, that came out a month ago. Join in with me. Let's see how this goes. we got to get rid of the Vanitas. So okay. Here we go. Move this up just so we can see what's going on. Okay, whoa, this is intense. Okay, so if you remember, if you got to see my reaction or the video to cancer, and remember, the description is below for it. The patient is the guy with the long hair. And in the original video, he's laying in a disheveled room. There's a mattress on the floor. There's an IV. He's taking medicine. And the female character with the horns represents cancer. She's teasing him and mocking him as he suffers. Now, if you saw he had a pill in his hand, like he was going to take it, and she's trying to keep him from taking it. Here's the thing. In the original cancer video, every time he would take a pill, medicine, it would hurt the cancer. She would suffer. She'd spit out blood. She would suffer in pain. But in the video, all the medicine he kept taking wasn't enough to defeat her. She kept just hounding him. Like, we know that there are a lot of cancers that with medicines and treatments, you can go into remission. And sometimes it isn't enough. And sometimes the cancer isn't defeated. It was a haunting imagery. And the fact that we're going back to this, where the cancer's still trying to take the medicine away from him so he can't take it, is just haunting. Again, great music, intense, powerful. The vocalizations, both melodic and the growl, are outstanding. This is what Hostage does. So many amazing young German bands in this modern metalcore. I guess it's modern metalcore is really what you would call it. Bands like Our Mirage, Hostage, Torrential Rain. There's so many bands just from this small little section of Europe, in Germany and in Eastern France, that are coming out with this intense storytelling, but at the same time, it has little snippets of different genres within metalcore, but it's complex, and they like to do storytelling where they know that they're going to be musically proficient. They're going to work. The musicianship is key to them, and expect something to be both impactful, but the music to be so dynamic, it pulls you in and leaves you not even sure what's going on next. Let's keep going. Well, there it is. Okay, this breakdown's coming. You could feel it coming. So in the chorus, we hear, the Vanitas will tell my story. Pretty much what I told you at the beginning. That's what a Vanitas is. It's a life story, like a here's your life, but just in a painting. Now we see the patient is now in a cage. Does this mean that he's terminal? Has now cancer trapped him in the cage? There's no longer a way out? We do understand that, unfortunately, even with all of our modern medicines, sometimes forms of cancer, and sometimes if the cancer is caught too late, or different issues occur where the patient can sometimes go into a terminal case where the cancer can't be stopped or removed, and the cancer has them trapped until their time of passing. I'm not sure if that's what's going on here, but the symbolism is there. If I'm right, awesome. Hostage, please let me know if I'm right. If I'm wrong, please message in the comments and tell me how wrong I am. Either way, I want to know, because this stuff is very intense in the imagery. I did hear the beginning of a breakdown from Hostage, so I want to get into that. I backed it up just a little bit. Let's see what they do with it right here. That was pretty good. Oh. What a breakdown! Oh my god! That breakdown was so good because it had the heaviness, that guttural feel, but that guitar just hook on the top of it. So I love these bands. Wow. Okay, so he comes up, he breaks free, but it's like almost like a fleeting time where he's about to he comes up to the point where it's life or death, and then we notice how sometimes when people get towards the end of their fight with cancer, if it doesn't go well, sometimes they give up and they choose death as a way to get out of the pain and the suffering, and I understand that. Of course, as we all know, that once the person passes, cancer dies too. The key is that we want to come up with ways and methods and help those who are fighting in this fight to make sure that cancer gives up and dies before they do. That's the key. Powerful imagery in this song. It's a powerful message that the chorus and the words come across lyrically. Musically, it is outstanding. Hostage did one hell of a job here. They really, really did. So let's go through the ending of it. I'm pretty sure they're going to have the same posts as they did on the cancer one. Let's see if they do, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about those at that time. Okay, yeah. All right. So I don't speak German. If somebody who does speak German wouldn't mind putting what the translation of this is in the comments below, I'd appreciate it. I do know that this is all part of an effort to raise money for cancer research and to support people. Pretty sure the Rotaran's going to come up. Okay, the Rotary Club International, and this symbol right here, this is the Rotaran Metalhead Fellowship. Apparently it's a bunch of metalheads who are in a fellowship, and the Rotarians, which means they're part of the Rotary Club, and I just got a message from one of them that was hashtag fuck cancer, so I think we all know how they feel about it, and I really appreciate this. I think the rest of I think we should, yeah, Yeti. It's similar to cancer, where we're going to give, due to those who helped get all of this done. Okay, well, that I'm going to put it back to, I want to get there, that image right there. So, there we go. I want to go ahead and zoom this down if I can, and bring that over to here real quick. If I can reduce it down just a little bit. Okay. So in this image, Cancer dies, but as we all know, it's that Vanitas, the Vanitas that tells a story. We need to be able to finish the fight and come up with ways to defeat the cancer before we die, so that way we don't face a Vanitas too soon. The thing about the Vanitas, it is similar to Memento Mori. Our time on this earth is finite. One day we will all pass on, and the story of our lives tells a tale. The problem is so many people's stories are cut short because of disease. Not only COVID now, I mean, COVID gets most of the coverage because it's new, it's so dangerous, it happens so much now. But we've been suffering with cancer throughout our societies for centuries now. And although things are much better than they were even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, it's a completely different science now. And there's a lot more hope for people. There's still a lot of work to be done. So to Hostage, outstanding job, guys. Amazing song. The musicianship was right on point. Complexity, dynamic storytelling with your music. You guys are definitely keeping the modern metalcore really there. Of course, vocally, both the growl and the melodic tones were perfect. Strong lyrics, great message, great video, impactful. My salute to all of you. Thank you so much. I have been honored to be able to react to this. So please, if you don't mind, if you want to give me a thumbs up and give me a like in the video, thank you. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate every single one of you. But more important to that, please go to Hostage's channel, give them a like, give them a subscribe. Check out the original video of this, and of course the original video for Cancer. They will both be in the description below. And if you don't mind, please go to the link where you too can donate to help support people in their fight against cancer. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next time. Thank you.